The UK climate projections produced at the end of 2018 are the most comprehensive picture yet of how our climate might change over the next century. This is the first major update in 10 years and is based on the latest scientific research and understanding, and is broadly consistent and builds upon the previous projections. For the UK, the projections show an increased chance of milder, wetter winters and hotter, drier summers, along with an increase in the frequency and intensity of extremes, such as the summer heatwave experienced in 2018. Rainfall patterns across the UK are not uniform and vary on seasonal and regional scales, and will continue to vary in the future. The projections help to inform decision making so agriculture can adapt and build resilience to threats posed by climate change, such as droughts, extreme heat, flooding, changes to crops and yields, disease and pests. The amount of change experienced across the UK varies depending on season, location and emission scenario. So, depending on whether we reduce our greenhouse gas emissions or continue to increase them. The differences between the high and low emission scenarios is stark, which emphasises our need to urgently cut emissions and be adaptable to climate change.
There are a number of measures that farmers can take to mitigate against climate change, and we should all be looking at what the options are to reduce our impact on greenhouse gases. For livestock farmers, it's all about maximising your output per animal. So you want to get the maximum amount of kilos of meat per cow or per sheep. To do this, it's important to maintain good herd or flock performance. So you need to be looking at things like health planning with your vet to make sure that your animals are in the best condition possible. This will help improve fertility. It's also important to carry out feed budgeting to make sure that you know you've got enough feeding for your livestock and to make sure you're maximising feed conversion efficiency. Nutritionists can help with that to make sure that you're making the most of the feed stocks that you have and that your animals are in good condition. The ultimate goal when producing livestock in terms of reducing your greenhouse gas emissions is to finish your livestock as quick as you possibly can. For arable farming, it's important to consider nutrient budgeting and fertiliser planning. Most farmers now are routinely carrying out soil analysis, but maybe you could look at doing things like GPS soil sampling and variable rate spreading if that's relevant in your area. Another thing to look at is what machinery you're using. Make sure you're sizing the machine for the job to reduce issues such as compaction, particularly when it's wet. The wet conditions that we had in the spring last year following the beast from the east, some of that can damage the soil. Another option to look at reducing winter soil erosion might be some cover crops. There's been a number of trials done for this, and there's more information on this on the Farming for a Better Climate webpage.
The UK CP18 data is available at both a regional and a local level and is free to access on the Met Office website. For more information on climate change mitigation and on how to build resilience, visit the Farming for a Better Climate website or the Farm Advisory Service website.